Hello. I decided that 9 o'clock is probably going to be a little easier for me now that the days are longer and it's light out. So, longer. Bonjour or bonsoir, Steve Reap. So, happy Mother's Day to you too, Kristen. I hope you got to see some of your children today, virtually at least. I had a nice day today. I got to see all of my kids. Well, I didn't get to see Theo, but we talked on the phone. I got to see Nikki and Bella and their respective partner, boyfriend, girlfriends. So they made me brunch. So it was good. It was nice. I got to talk to my mom, and it was really hot in Seattle today. It's very warm. It's 86 degrees in my living room, and I just opened everything up, and it didn't seem to affect it very much. But I'm not really complaining because I love the weather. But, yeah, so I hope that this time works well for you, Kristen, and anybody else. So I was thinking tonight to choose your meditation position, either sitting or laying on your back, and finding that position now. So if you're sitting like I am, you might want to sit on a cushion or lift your hips up a little bit. And if you're coming onto your back, you know what to do. So making yourself comfortable. So finding your way onto your back and maybe putting a cushion or a pillow underneath your head, maybe covering your eyes. And just finding your way into that meditation position. And then quickly just bringing yourself into a kind of a relaxed state with your body. So I'm going to talk you through it as if you're laying on your back. So just allowing yourself to quickly surrender the weight of your body to the floor. So giving your whole body over to gravity. And just feeling kind of the sensation that you're being cradled by Mother Earth. Like a welcoming, she is welcoming you to lay down and just be completely supported. Kind of like in a comfortable way, you're able to just rest your body back and feel the support and her welcoming embrace, just like a mother. And then closing your eyes and allowing yourself to be very heavy and relaxed. And then just letting your breath be very comfortable and natural. So no challenge with the breath. You might feel the breath in the back of your rib cage as it expands and contracts away from the floor. And you might feel the rise and fall of your chest and your belly with the breath. So just let it be comfortable and without any real concern about how the breath is happening, just really natural, and let your breath come in and out through your nose. So the breath is soft, but it's also quite powerful. And if you need to bring your attention back to it at any time, you can do that. But instead of bringing your attention and your awareness to your breath, allow yourself to hear all of the sounds around you. So coming into a state where you're more kind of in a receptive, listening state. So not in such a way that you're necessarily attaching yourself to the noises and asking, what is that sound? And judging it and thinking about it, but more just like letting it be kind of the background for your meditation in a pleasant way, in a calm way. So at first you might identify the sound because that's sort of what our brain does. So you might notice that your brain wants to say what the sound is, but see if you can kind of let go of that need to know what all the sounds are, and see if you can just kind of let them surround you and not really attaching yourself to them. And you might hear some of those sounds might be your own sounds, the sound of your breath, bodily sounds, the shifting of your body, that kind of thing. And some of them might be further in your peripheral hearing. And sort of like that, in the same way that you are experiencing the sounds around you, kind of begin to do the same thing with thoughts that arise in your mind. So noticing them as if they're in the atmosphere or as if they're in your, kind of in the periphery of your experience. Kind of like if you were a baby laying on your back in your crib and you were looking up and there was like a mobile above you and you could just see it. You know, you're just looking at the colors and you're looking at the shapes and you're just kind of having an experience of the mobile. You're not trying to necessarily know what it is or identify it or anything like that. It's just a complete sensory experience. And in that way, you might be able to have that kind of sensation about your thoughts, that they're just, you know, your brain is just making thoughts. They're just arising from somewhere. And the more that you kind of attach onto the thoughts as they arise and kind of go down these pathways with them, the more important they become or the more significance they have. But what if they really aren't, any of them really catching your attention, and instead you're just witnessing? You're kind of like a baby laying in your crib, watching the thoughts, watching the mobile. And none of them are more important than the other in some way. If you start to go down, you know, a path with one of the thoughts, thinking about the future or the past or how you're feeling or what is that noise or whatever, then you just kind of notice that. You notice your tendency to do that and bring yourself back into that witness state where you're like that baby laying on your back in a world that you don't really understand, but that you're having an experience of. And there's lots of things going on around you. And like a baby, you don't have a lot of control over those things. Like you think about how you might go view the news or view all of the stuff that's going on in the world right now with coronavirus and how our elected officials are handling it and how our families are handling it and reading articles about it. And, you know, it's like there's this whole like world of information. And there's many, many things you can attach yourself to. But instead of doing that, you're just kind of seeing it. It's like a field of drama and information, and you're having an experience of it. You're in some ways like an innocent baby. We don't know like which of those things is important and which of them is less important and which of them has meaning for you. And so you're kind of just a witness. So noticing your tendencies to attach on to things that seem important in the moment, to be, I guess, distracted by them, pulled along by them, and how that can have an effect, a physical effect on you. So you could be in this state where you're on your back, you're breathing gently, naturally, you're experiencing your thoughts as they come, as they arise, just like the sounds in the background. And then before you know it, you are finding one of them to be very urgent and important, and you've lost your ability to stay in your own body, in your own breath, and just be a witness. And since we're practicing right now, since meditation is about practice, that's our practice. Like in real life, we want to be skillful about the things that we attach ourselves to and the things that we bring our attention to, because there is so many things. And we can really get pulled along. We can really lose ourselves. And we can see like how our stress level can go up, and we can be like really knocked off of our path and really worried and maybe angry. We can have all kinds of feelings. And then we can step back from it, and we can kind of see like that we don't have to do that necessarily. Like it might be important, it might be our choice. So it's like we're learning how to be more responsive rather than reactive to all of the things that are in our peripheral vision, we'll say. So right now, coming back to your meditative state where you can hear my voice, that's one of the sounds that you're hearing. You can hear the sounds in the atmosphere around you, in your home or in the room you're in. And you can see how you can kind of let go of them. Like it's not really that important to know exactly what they are or to label them, or you can just allow them to be happening around you. While you stay kind of in this intact state with your relaxed body, with your breath, your gentle, relaxed, comfortable breath. Your heart rhythm is in a very relaxed state. There's no stress happening in your body, and you're hearing all of these things. And in a sense, you kind of can have faith that if one of the noises that happened was urgent enough, you would be able to react appropriately. Like if you heard somebody yell, "Help, I need help," or if you heard one of your children in pain, or if you heard, any number of noises that was urgent enough, you would break out of this trance easily. So you're allowing your own sensibility about what is truly urgent to still be there, but you're staying a step back from all of the other sounds, and you're witnessing. Even the sound of my voice talking you through this meditation, you only have a certain amount of attachment to it. And hearing your breath, knowing that your breath is good enough. It's special meditation breath qualities are just completely adequate. They don't need to be any different than they are. There's enough oxygen going into your body. Your heart is beating at just the right rate for you right now. So practicing bringing yourself into this approach of being able to respond if you need to, but not needing to react all the time to the noises around you, to the thoughts as they arise. And then out into the world in your life, to all of the distractions, which there are many, many, many of. And right now, with an overlay of our pandemic and our stay-at-home time, we're looking for stuff. We're looking for meaning. We're looking for information. We're looking for signs of what's going to happen. We're looking for knowledge about this disease. We're looking for some kind of understanding of what's going to happen to our lives. And it's kind of one day at a time, really. Like we can't react all the time. We cannot live in a state of upregulation, of hypervigilance. So we practice. This is why we practice. And so if you're on your back now, just noticing the effect of this 15 minutes or so that you've been here and how you're feeling in your body. And noticing if any of the things that I talked about caused you to feel any reaction. And just bring yourself back to that sense of the world around you is happening and you're experiencing it without reacting or attaching. You're practicing that skill. Learning how to be more skillful in your responses to all of the stimuli around you during a time where things can be very ramped up. So feel how relaxed you are here on your back. Feel how your body is very, very relaxed and surrendered. Feel how your eyes are soft and heavy, how your face is relaxed, the jaw is relaxed. And then as you begin to bring yourself back up to your seat, if you're laying on your back and you're going to come back into your evening, or if you're going to stay where you are and you're going to go to sleep, just bringing yourself back now with this same kind of soft, relaxed body, with a sense of greater detachment, with a sense that you can be responsive and less reactive, that you can always count on your breath if you need to. So if you're back in your seat, feel your sit bones heavy on your cushion or on the floor, on the chair you're sitting on, and feeling how your lower body is very grounded and your spine can rise up, lengthening up. You could bring the palms of your hands facing down onto your thighs and just take a couple of balanced breaths, bringing yourself back into your evening. And as you're sitting now, noticing the many sounds around you and how you don't have to react to them. You can let them be and be sort of aware of them, but not concerned. So being a witness, feeling the breath coming in and out through your nose. And then you might bring your hands together at your heart, and you could bow your head to your own practice, to your own inner teacher, your higher self, or your higher power. Namaste, and thank you for coming, and I'll be here at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Happy Mother's Day.